Sharing is caring, and today's episode is going to be very, very good to understand why do we need a good and fast website. As business owners, especially if we provide services online, having a website is crucial for our business. But sometimes it's not that easy and, let's say, cheap to do. Our episode today is going to be an interview with a good friend of mine, Ranil, who's going to let us know what should a good website have, and it will provide a checklist with recommendations of what to do to have a good and fast website. Hi Ranil, thank you so much for being here today with me. How are you doing?
Great, Lorena, doing good. Energized after the Easter break, and it's great weather, so everything's good. Thanks for having me.
Great. Ranil, tell me a little bit about you and what you do.
So we basically started good, fast websites, Lorena, because we saw solo business owners and entrepreneurs struggling with confusing, cluttered websites that didn't really help their businesses grow. Many sites weren't clear or mobile friendly and easy to use. So we decided to fix that. In short, we build good, fast websites which are customizable and effective. So within the company, we like to say, we build while you chill.
That's great to know. So based on this experience that I imagine you have had with several solopreneurs, as you said, business owners, please let us know, in your opinion, what should a good website have?
Sure. So a good website should first be clear, should be fast and easy to use. It needs to work well on all devices, Lorena. So it needs to be mobile responsive, where people can use it on a tablet or a mobile phone or a laptop or a computer. There needs to be clear calls to attention. So very clear CTAs. Whether it's you're looking for a booking for an appointment or a booking for a call or a sale or something, it needs to have a clear call to action. You also need to have a clean design, strong branding and messaging, which of course you are the expert in, and room to scale and grow. With your business growing, your site needs to be able to grow. And of course, you need to have at least a basic security. So don't forget security on your website. I think those would, in a nutshell, would be what we would call the core needs of a website.
Thank you for that. That's very, very clear. Now let's dig a little bit deeper in those. What have you seen are the biggest mistakes that business owners do with regards to web development?
I would say, if I think about it, some of the biggest mistake, if you call it, it would be people are trying to build a website without a clear plan. I would say that would be number one. Many business owners would go into using DIY tools or online platforms, thinking it's easy, which it is if you know what you're doing. But in most cases, you end up wasting a lot of time and money on features you don't need. They also forget to compare long-term costs, such as hosting or monthly rental fees and add-ons. These actually often end up costing you more trouble and money than giving you help.
So that would be the first recommendation, right? Have a plan of what to do before deciding even the hosting plan, even what kind of service provider you get. That's a really, really good thing. I also advise the vision of your business, that it would really guide you throughout your whole activities. That's very important. Would you?
Yeah, definitely. So it's like when you're doing a business, you have a business plan and a financial plan and a marketing plan. Similarly, think of your website as the gateway to your customers. So you need to have a plan.
That's really important. Which other mistake have you seen is happening commonly with business owners?
Sometimes we'd say, you need to know what you want from your website and how you address that to your audience. So If you want an e-commerce page where you're selling something, that needs to be a bit different to if you want someone to book an appointment, or is it something where you are like a gallery where you're showcasing something. So knowing the goal would be another very important aspect of a website and your planning process.
And you mentioned earlier that security is a very important factor for your web design and in general for your website. Why this is the case? Do you see this a common mistake that business owners do, like not considering security as something important?
Yes, it's not as common, but it is something we always say to keep at the top of your mind. Both for your own protection and also for your own customers' protection. As you see, cybersecurity is a big concern these days, from ID theft to whole area, depending on what's relevant to you, your website. But it is definitely a very important and significant part of what should be included in your website planning.
And let's talk about recommendations on how to avoid these mistakes, or what to do specifically for a good and fast website.
As I said, knowing your goal would be important. Keeping it simple, a clean design, clear message, easy navigation, clear calls to attention, a clear call to action, telling visitors what to do. This is something a lot of people make mistakes in. Mobile friendly. Most people browse websites on phones these days. Keep it fast. Slow websites lose visitors. Plan for growth. The goal of a business is to make it grow. So your website needs to grow along with your businesses. Build trust. Add reviews, testimonials, or certifications. Stay updated. It's important to keep your website fresh and your content updated with what's happening in your own company. These would be some I would recommend.
That's very important. I will also mention that having the relevant keywords for your website is quite important for search engine optimization, right? SEO, because sometimes we are actually in a crowd full of websites that provide similar services to what we do. So it's quite important to actually have an appropriate keywords to build our ecosystem around. So whenever people search for us, they always are linked to the same website, the same keywords that are found on our website. Sometimes people forget to make the proper headlines, the descriptions, the tags of every post and everything. And that's something I always consider as a very, very important recommendation for business owners. Keep it simple, as you said, find the right messaging, and definitely organize your head first, organize your message around this conceptual map that you may have, and then provide a fast, simple website. Any other recommendation that you want to give?
I think we've covered it all. And if anyone wants just to talk about or need some information of how they can improve it, they can always contact us. It's free, and we just love to help people. I mean, that's why we got into it. So yeah, just talk to us.
That's amazing, and that's why also we became good friends, Ranil. Thank you so much. To sum up, then, our content today, the key recommendations for business owners to have a good and fast website. First, start with a plan according to your business vision and what you want with your business, and specifically what you want for your website, either if it's only informative and if it's for sales, for e-commerce, for growing your audience, for growing your platform in general. You need to be very, very specific with the marketing goal that you want your website to help with. Secondly, you mentioned about the structure and also the right messaging, the right branding. That's very, very important because we talk about clarity, and branding works very well for that. With branding, we create a strong, relevant brand that helps your ecosystem, your conceptual business around very clear for people to understand. So if you don't have that clarity, people won't have that clarity either. And very, very important is to keep the right keywords according to that message for your brand in a consistent way. So we don't want any kind of random connection with any other world according to any other person that you want. We need to control as much as we can the keywords, the conceptual map around your business. Therefore, this clarity of messaging is quite relevant for your website. We also talk about security. So that's very important. And for me, the most significant, crucial point that you have mentioned that I have seen business owners to make a mistake with is the lack of call to action buttons, the lack of call to action points, the lack of information to people on exactly what you want them to do. You provide the information, sometimes you say, okay, this is it, and then what? People get lost, people don't know what to do. So that's super important, provide clear call to actions with just simple buttons. Go here, open here, call me now, work like this, something like that, which is quite useful for people to simplify the information. Would you agree, Ranil, that this is the checklist for starting your website as a business owner?
I think you're spot on, Lauren. And I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll start building websites because you seem an expert in this.
I'm good with my own business, but I'm happy always to help. And actually, we have a special surprise for you. Hopefully, if you are here watching the video until now, we have special present gift from Ranil to the audience, which is 10% discount with a code that you will find in the description below. In case you want to have a consultation with Ranil and his team, they are very, very professional, absolutely effective web designers that will help you to have a great, fast website. Actually, you guys work very quickly, right? What is the average time when you guys deliver a standard website?
Okay, very, very tricky question. Put me on the spot there. So we like to say between 21 and 28 days. This is mostly because we are very dependent on the client giving us the material, that is the text and the pictures. Sometimes we have clients who need us to help them with the text. Actually, we have a client right now we're doing all the text for. So when we are dependent on the client for text, sometimes it takes a bit, we depend on the client, so it takes a bit longer. But we like to say 21 to 28 days, and you have a good, fast website.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ranil. It was a pleasure for me to have you today, and all the best to you.
Thank you, Lorena. Thank you, everyone. And thanks for having us. Have a great day.
And to you, thank you for watching. See you next time, and keeping inspired.